Okay, guys, so today we'll be talking about variables. I've made some videos on expansion and arithmetic, right? So you should check that two videos before coming here. So if you haven't checked it out, I think you should check it out. It's gonna do a lot for you. So for variables, I purposely opened this because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so I'll be using my ALX terminal web 10, right? From the browser. Okay, so let me talk loud. So, like I said, we've done a bit on variable, and I said you can always, for example, you can always use echo to print out what is embedded. A variable is like a container. You can use echo to print out what is inside that variable. So, for example, if I echo and I say user, I'm not sure if they've already stored something with inside this user. Okay, so I'll do like this, and this shows that they've not stored anything. Okay, so in order to see all those variables, I said we can do env. Let me pass it to a to less so that I can scroll through and see. So these are all the variables that is on our ALX stuff. They have home. So if I do home, it will do slash root. If I do tz, it will do America Los Angeles, right? So let us try tz. Okay, so I'll just quit it, and then sorry, I'll just say echo tz, right? So it's going to give us this America Los Angeles, right? Okay, so this is how to print out the variables. Okay, so these are variables. Okay, so how do we now store our own variable and all those stuffs, right? So basically here it says that as seen in the example above, shell variables are in uppercase. Okay, as you can see that the variables I've been doing are majorly in uppercase. So I don't want to open this place, so let me just close it. So you see that shell variables are in uppercase, most of them, right? So we have two types. Okay, so we have two major types of variables. So we have the global variables and the local variables. So the global variables are these ones, so you can access them using your print env, right? Or you access them through your env alone. Okay, so these ones are the ones that come with your computer. They are installed there. Okay, they come, that's why they are global. Okay, so almost every computer will have that global variable, right? To be the same, while the local variable are those ones you create yourself. Okay, so still on global variable, it says you can print it with env or print env. Okay, so you can use that, and then if you do print env, for example, it's going to print out all the global variable as we've done so far. Okay, so let me just scroll down, and then we have the local variable. This one is the one you set yourself, and in order to see the ones that you've already set or the ones that are on your system, you just type set. Okay, so set will enable you um view all those variables that are locally on your system. Okay, so when I press set, you see I can see all the variables that I have. Is even almost much than my normal variable. Okay, so yes, so I have one called host name. I have root as well. I have lang, right? I have language, right? So it's still the same way you access them, the same way you access global variable. Sorry, which is let me clear the screen. Okay, so which is, let me use, so if you echo, I think we saw language, right? So it's gonna print out this. So to access it, you just press env. Okay, okay. So that's it. It's that env stands for environmental variable as well. I think environment. Okay, so we have global variable and we have local variable, and then we can use this one to set, to check. So you said below is a different file. Okay, so this one they are trying to compare the global variable and the local variable together. Okay, so that's that. So variable can also be classified into four. We have the string, the one that can set string is just like text like this, D, and then the one that can store integer, which is like 999, and we also have the one that can store constant. Constants are variable that you cannot change. Okay, like all these variables, for example, if you have this variable language, there are ways in which we can change what is inside them, which is this thing. I can change it. Okay, I can change what is inside. Okay, so there are ways I will show you in this video how to change it. And but for those constant variables, they are unchangeable, they are permanent. You see, when you set them, they are permanent. And we also have the fourth variable, which is array of variable. This one is a variable that houses other variables. Okay, yeah, so something like that. So basically on this topic we'll be treating two, as two is even discussed here. Okay, so so how to create variables now. So we have to know how to create, and remember that we can only create local variables. Global variables comes with our PC, right? So how to create variables. So in order for us to create variables, the syntax is majorly for global variables, they are always in capital letter, right? But for our local variable, we can give them capital letter, we can give them small letter, we can mix the two together, we can add number to the end, but it can't start with a number. Okay, so if I say um, var, can you see capital letter and small letter 1. Okay, so if I want to save something inside, I want this to be my variable. Okay, okay, so I want to save something inside, I'll just put equal to, if it is string, I said we'll be talking about string or integer type of variable, so I'll just put my two quotes and then I'll put whatever I want to put. I'll say this is an awesome variable. Okay, and I press enter. Okay, so that would have saved it. So to access it, I'll just say echo and I'll put my dollar sign and say var1. Okay, and then it will print this is an awesome variable. So I've stored this is an awesome variable inside this var1. So that is how variable works. And then if I want to change it, I can still do like that. I can say var1, this is an awesome variable indeed. So this one should wait indeed. So this one should overwrite whatever I have. So if I try to call it, and then it will replace it with indeed. Okay, so these are ways in which I can change the variable. So you can always change local variable, but I'm not sure you could change global variable for now. So let's go. So what else? So for us not to miss anything, um so there are some bad practice. This one is just listing the bad practice. So if I try to save a variable and I put, okay, maybe I want to save a variable d and equals to, and I put space here. Okay, and I put my quote, yeah, it's not supposed to work. And I say d is my name. Okay, so it's not working, right? So if I also do like this, I don't know why it's hanging. That's why I don't like it like that. And I put space here as well. It won't work, right? So they have to be no space here. Okay. So if I even do it properly and I add number to the front, okay, 3D, right? It's not gonna work. Okay. So yeah. So if I want to do it right, I'll just say D, and then this will work. Okay, and then I can access D by doing like this, right? D, and then yes. So to check all these my variables that I've saved on my local variable, remember what to check variables. You just do set, but I want to pass it to less so that I'll be able to scroll through them. Okay, so when I do that, I'll be able to see all those new ones that I created. Where is it? You see D, and which one did I create again? I'm sure you would have seen it because I can't remember, or maybe it's not on this page. Yeah, maybe it's not on this page. Let me see. Wait. I created one, but anyway, it's gonna be there. I can't even remember what I created. Mm, I'm sure I created something before D. I just want to see it so you'll be able to see that it's saved. Anyway, okay, yeah, var1. This is an awesome variable. Yeah, this is what I created, right? So let me quit it, and then um, yes, so that is how to see all those variables and you can use them, okay, in your command. So you can also use variables to do your normal git push. For example, I can say uh, I can just say p. My p will stand for um, git push, right? Right. So whenever I just say $p, right? I'm trying to push, okay? That's why I say not a git repository, right? So it has written git push for me, and I pressed enter, okay? So it expanded it and then enter, okay? So um, I can also remove them, but let me just see if that's what we are doing next. Okay, yeah, they didn't. I think they should have set how to remove. Okay, anyway, to remove all this variable, I'll just say on set, and then I'll just say p, I guess. Let me try this. Okay, so when I try to access $p again, you see that it's not working. Okay, it's not working. It's not doing git repository. Let me remove d and try to access d. Okay, so you just say on set and then the variable name. Okay, and then you do echo $d. Okay, so it's showing that it's not there again. You can also go and check set and then this and then less, right? And then you see that we don't have d. Let me scroll up or scroll down, right? We don't have d again. We only have var1. And if I want to remove var1, I'll quit. I'll just say on set. I think it's capital letter var and then one, right? And then if I check it, if I try to check it and I say set less and I scroll to the bottom, hey, what did I do? And I scroll to the bottom, you see that that var1 is gone. Okay, so so let's quit it. So that is basically that on that. And any other thing, let me see. Okay, so exporting variables, we're going to talk about how to export variables. And yes, so let's talk about exporting variables. I hope I'm not omit anything. Okay, in case I omit anything, I think I will just let you know. So how to export variable. For example, our local variable is what we are exporting. Okay, so um, on our bash like this, on our webcam, we can create like a duplicate bash in order to do some other things. Okay, so if we create that duplicate and we set a variable on this particular one, okay, that child shell, that child terminal, we call this one, this one will not be the parent because it's the one giving birth to that one. Okay, so that child one, okay, which is separated from this one, will not have this variable, okay, that will be setting here. So there's a way to export that variable. So for example, let's try it out. So exporting variable goes like this. For example, we have our, let's set a variable called d as usual. Let me use just d, and then equal to, and then open my quotes, and I said d is a nice man. and he is and he doesn't like um let me say he doesn't like evil. Okay, so this is I'm setting a variable. Okay, and I press enter, right? So that has saved, right? So I can access it by just saying d, right? So echo, sorry, echo dollar sign d, right? And then it's going to echo it for me. So if I want to create that child that I told you, that another kind of bash um, terminal, I can just press bash. It's going to create a child one for me. So I'm already on my child bash. Okay, so this one is the parent. I'm already on child. So if I do echo again now, echo dollar sign d, you will see that it's going to show that I'm not there. If I go back to the parent, and to go back to the parent, I'll just press exit. Okay, and then I'm already on my parents. Okay, so if I do the echo d again, it's going to work. Okay, so in order for me to come to the child and be able to still use this one, I'll have to export. I'll do export d. Okay, by the time I export d and I come back here, I say bash. Okay, because I've exported d, is now on my environment variable. Okay, so I'll then, if I then do echo d, then it's going to be on my second baby web terminal. Okay, so I can exit back to the parent. Okay, so I'm in the parent. Let me clear it again. So I hope you understand that. So let me give you another way to do it. So instead of first declaring your variable and then you now export it so that you can be able to see it on child, instead of that you can just export it from initialization. So I'll just export w, and then I will set the variable. Okay, and then I'll do like this, and then I'll say we are coming, we are coming for you. Okay, so I've set that variable and then enter, right? So if I do echo w, right, so it's supposed to print we are coming for you, right? If I go to another baby, okay, and I do echo w again, it's echo w. Oh, because on that one, on this new one, I'm trying to go to my previous command, so it's telling me that I don't have this previous command because I'm on a new um, bash, right? So I will say echo $sign w, and then we are coming for you will be accessible. So let me exit and go back to where I'm coming from. If I press exit again, it's going to disconnect me. Okay, so let me clear. Okay, so that is that on that. um, so I think that's why we have this export. They didn't do the first one I showed you. Okay, they didn't do that one. So these are some other reserved variables that comes with shell. Okay, so when you do your printing, you see all these ones. Okay, the cd part and home, you go to your home mail, all these ones, just read these ones. Okay, they are not really necessary. So these are still more on reserved variables. Okay, so there are so much and I can't just be reading all of them to you. Okay, so we have the special parameters as well. So just read all these ones. They are the special characters for parameters for variables. And I think that will be all for now for variables. And then you can go through which one. I think it's still special parameters. Okay, so that's still special parameters. Yeah, so and then the last one is script recycling with variables. So apart from making the script more readable, variables will also enable you to ap- faster apply a script in another variable or for another purpose. Consider the following example: a very simple script that makes a backup of Frankie. So they're just telling you like some importance of variable, that how variable makes work go faster. Okay, so just go through this one, and then there's nothing much there. You won't be needing this for now. Okay, um, so that's it. I think that's all for variable for now. So it's as simple as that. So I think we have two video left, and it's going to be init and alias, right? So good luck on that, and then let me know if you have any question. You should have a question, okay? So drop your question on the comment section. I'll try and just reply you, and then or we'll meet on WhatsApp and stuff, okay? Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button so that this video can skyrocket and go on top, okay? So see you.